What is going on, guys? I am Guns, and welcome to monthly major patch notes 2. Has it already been a month that we've been covering pubs? It feels like such a shorter amount of time. I guess that's when time's flying by. So this is the second major patch for PlayerUnknown'S Battlegrounds. Yeah, that. Pubs. And this one doesn't have as many things as the last one. Arguably, it has the same amount of things, I would say. It's, however you want to quantify it, they're still adding new content once a month. We're guaranteed new content once a month, which is, like, honestly really nice. And the weapon, which is the star, I think, of this update, is the VSS. The VSS is a silenced, 4x scoped, 9mm sniper rifle. Now, you can see it on the main image. This thing is going to be automatically silenced, built-in silencer, built-in 4x scope. I think the only thing you're going to be able to attach to this is a clip, an extended mag. Now, it's 9mm with a built-in silencer. What's its purpose then? How could you use a 9mm with a built-in silencer sniper rifle? Well, one, it's not meant to compete with an AWM or an M24 or even a car. It's meant to be an alternative to the SKS. But a better alternative, and here's why. If you can pepper your target with shots at a distance, 10 to 20 9mm rounds at a distance at 200 to 300 meters very accurately in rapid succession, because remember, it's 9mm with a built-in silencer and a longer barrel, this thing's going to have virtually no recoil, and this is what it sounds like. Notice that, one, I think he's actually wearing a new skin coat. Maybe not. I don't remember the jackets having spike pauldrons on them. I don't remember it, but maybe they do. I don't ever wear them. Two, it has a 10-round clip. The first time he fired 5 rounds, switched to full auto, then fired 5 again, and then the second clip was a fully automatic burst. It looks like this thing doesn't really have too much recoil. He honestly doesn't look like he's trying to control it at all. But in general, I think that's going to be an extremely fun gun to play with. It may actually do more damage than we think, who knows? But we'll find out when it comes out. You can only get it in crates. I'm going to be playing with it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll have footage up with that as soon as possible. One of my other main things here with these patch notes are client's performance improvement. Improved. I mean, just improvements across the board. I'm really excited to see how the game runs with all these new improvements. They improve CPU usage, rendering performance of fences, grass, weapons, and attachments at distances, modified certain weapon and vehicle effects that were unnecessarily rendering at distances, character animation performance, effect performance, performance of teammate, nameplate, minimap team. I think some of these will make nice changes to the game to where it is a substantial amount of performance, particularly these 3, fences and grass. These probably did help, but I would say not as much as these. So we'll see. I hope it does run a lot smoother. I'll certainly take a note of what my average FPS is on the game Wednesday night and check it out Thursday. As I said, VSS suppressed sniper rifle with permanent 4x scope, chambered in 9mm. Can be found in care packages as a very rare loot spawn, just like an M24 and AWM. Added the motorbike. Now, if you haven't seen footage of the motorbike, it's actually seriously interesting. It's, what they've done to it here, I actually am a huge fan of. Yeah, you can control it in air now, and do stunts. It's lost the side carriage, so I'm thinking that it might be faster overall because of it, but you can also now control where you're going to land. I think this is going to be a really fun solo vehicle, personally. Maybe even duos if you can fit somebody else on the back with you there. Gameplay, they reduce the movement speed of the final 2 circles, which I think is needed. It helps the engagements feel better. They made a balancing pass on weapons, and this is pretty good. They reduce vector bullet damage slightly, which I agree with. They also increase the deviation gain per shot, which is recoil basically. They reduce the damage across the board per pellet of all the shotguns, the Winchester, the pump action, and the S12K. Again, needed. Shotguns will still one-shot at close range, without a doubt, but shotguns were one-shotting people at like 40-50 meters away if you put a choke on them, which is is ridiculous. Like, it shouldn't win that fight, but it was. And they also increased the damage of the AKM, further recommitting me to be a better player with the AKM, which I'm not. They also fixed an issue where players alive count would reduce when a player disconnected. Now the count will only go down upon a player's death, which is weird. But it makes sense. I guess they are still there, but in terms of general fixes, they did add a cheek pad for the SKS, which you can put on now. I think that's great. They did add the tactical stock for the Vector. The M416 tactical stock can be adjusted on there, and I really actually like that. They did some adjustments with the color aiming point of the basic crossbow. They added new scope rendering method that is parallax free, allowing for greater aiming precision, which they did demonstrate here. If you remember this was the issue. The parallaxing was causing precision issues there. That was in the ACOG recoil adjustment video that I gave you guys. And it's really nice that that's down there. They modified the recoil for the AKM, the M16, and the M4. They also improved the ADS view. So again, minor changes to AK or the assault rifles altogether in terms of recoil. They're trying to get that right. Fixed an issue allowing a player to zoom in with right click when waiting before throwing a grenade. Not really sure what that means. I've never actually done it. And they decreased the time to ADS for a 2x scope, which they should have because it was taking about as long as an ACOG. It should really only take as long as a red dot. It doesn't add a lot of weight or clunkiness to the top. It's only a 2x. Some of the things they added, and this I think is going to be really interesting. Added puncture vehicle effect and sound. Now, I don't know if this is actually going to affect the vehicle, but a puncture vehicle effect and sound. So maybe if you shoot a tire out, the tire will just go flat as opposed to disappearing. Which will be cool. You'll be running on a flat tire. They added burn markings to vehicles after being destroyed, which is good. They added a motorbike number plate image. For those of you that know Bike Man and the story going on there, you'll actually appreciate that. When a vehicle explodes, the fences near the vehicle will now also be destroyed, which is just effects. The first thing they could do is physics. Eventually, I'm sure they'll do doors and other things like that. New vegetation to the lobby. The UI, players can press delete to remove their marker from the world map, which is a good change. They adjusted the transparency of the minimap grid and coordinates text to make the map more visible. Again, a good change. They added a dotted line towards the next playable zone on the minimap. Now, I'm assuming this is going to be the fastest from point A to point B line to the next playable zone on the minimap. And the fact that it's a dotted line means you can differentiate from the other lines on the map. I think this is also good. It means you don't have to stop and look when the circle's breathing down your neck to see where do I need to go. You can just follow the dotted line. They modified the icon design for the first aid, added Thai language if you're Thai, good for you, added new key bindings for hold breath, motorbike air control, and switch to previous weapon. Improved the sound of the motorbike and added sound for door destruction effects. Didn't really fix anything on that. Now, there's a ton of bug fixing issues here you guys can go read it, but those are the major points. We did get a new vehicle, we did get a new weapon, we did get a lot of optimization, we did get new effects. There's actually some pretty good stuff in here that I'm pretty excited about, and I can't wait till Thursday to try a lot of this stuff out. You know, the game was a lot of fun just in its most basic form, but the fact that they're constantly adding more detail and interesting things, I think is going to overall make this game a lot more interesting, a lot more fun to play. Footage will be up as soon as possible of me with a VSS on Thursday or Friday. Whenever I get to it, I'll be doing solos pretty much all night Thursday night, running for those crates, trying to get a VSS. Don't care if I win or lose. I am Guns. I'm going to get out of here, though. That is your monthly PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds major patch notes. I'll see you guys out there. GG.